Hey guys, Stuart Breeding, welcome back to S2 TV. I wanted to catch you guys up on my latest adventure. Some of you guys know about a month ago I decided that I was going to start competing in powerlifting again. It's been quite some time. It's been since I was 19 years old that I have competed, and you know, over the course of the last 6 months or so I started working with more and more weights. Really haven't done that in quite a while, and what I mean by weights is somewhere in the 75 to 85% max repetition max, and I just felt really good, and I was like, hey, let's just see how far this goes. And so I decided I was going to start competing, and I have some short and long-term goals that I want to accomplish that I didn't get to accomplish back when I was 19, 20 years old. So as you guys may have seen, we did a video where I was kind of outlining some possible hurdles that I need to overcome as my training increases. The first hurdle was a month ago I weighed 173 pounds. I want to compete as a 163 pounder. Actually, it's 162.8. So I have to lose about 10 pounds to get to my competition weight. But I'm also strength training, which usually increases your muscle mass. It makes you put on body weight. I'm in a position where I can't add more muscle mass, and I want to target body fat, but we're also doing what I would call low intensity work compared to our HIIT intervals that we usually normally recommend for our clients. For instance, my bench press days, I'm not getting over 105 beats per minute. On squat and deadlift days, I might see 90% max, but it's 5 minutes of rest before I do it again. So I'm not burning a ton of calories. So there's a couple of things that we've been doing that are pretty interesting. Now, athletes that are having to compete in a weight class such as powerlifting, wrestling, boxing, MMA, usually they go into a meet and they try to lose a bunch of water right before the contest, and there's some tricks as to how to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to strategically lose body fat and sustain all my muscle tissue going into the contest. So basically, I'll show up on the day of the competition probably at about 4% body fat and sustain all my muscle tissue. I will immediately have an advantage over anybody else that I'm competing with that has cut water, i.e. also glycogen stores. So when you're depleting those glycogen stores, your strength is going to go right with it, guys. And it depends on when the weigh-in is, but in our case, you know, you're doing an 8 a.m. weigh-in for 2 hours, contest starts at 10, you got just enough time to put a little bit of food in your belly and go. So there's not like you've got 2 to 3 hours to try to increase these glycogen stores and get out there and lift. So I'm trying to circumvent that whole process by using our technology, number one, our InBody, and make sure I'm doing weekly weigh-ins and I'm checking in to make sure that we're right on target with the nutrition. And then also I've added some fat-burning cardio, and I know a lot of you people out there, you've seen videos that we've done on the subject matter. We will tell you there is an optimum zone for just fat burning. And you're not burning a lot of calories, but what I'm doing is using our VO2, our substrate analysis, more technology, to tell me exactly where are my optimum fat burning zones. So I am basically getting on a treadmill elliptical and plugging in a heart rate somewhere around 115 to 120 beats per minute. I'm not burning a ton of calories, but 90% of those calories are coming from fat. A month ago, I was at 91.5% muscle, and I had about 14.5 pounds of fat on my body. A month later, I've added about 0.2 to the muscle tissue, which has been interesting because it feels like, even though as sore as I am after these max effort days, it feels like my training intensity has gone down from what I was doing, but my muscle mass is staying up. Very interesting. And I'll do more videos on that. My body fat has gone down about 0.5%. Hopefully that's it. No, 0.25. So I've lost about a full percent of body fat. Went from 14.5, I'm down to about 13.3. So I've lost about a pure let me take it back. I believe 2 total pounds of body fat. So let's just say I've lost 2 total pounds of body fat, about a half pound of fat a week for the last 4 weeks. I'm right on target to get me where I need to be, which is to probably I'll end up with about 6 or 7 pounds of body fat, and I'll hold about 91 to 92 pounds of muscle tissue on the day of the contest. So pretty cool stuff. As far as numbers go, goals, I know I didn't start this first video by talking about what my short and long-term goals are as far as strength training. Now, I will tell you, after 4 weeks of doing this, it's really been interesting to see this shift of gears going from the whole body hit, focusing on all the dimensions of fitness, to just one, and that's strength training. And what I'm realizing is we really can, between Dr. Tiff and myself, I don't care what the goals are. We have triathletes, we have weight loss, we have myself going through strength training. We work with football players, CrossFitters, and just people, like I say, just the general person out there that wants to get in better shape and lose body fat. There's nobody out there that I am convinced there's no one out there that we can't optimize their fitness and nutrition levels and their overall performance. I've just already seen some pretty amazing results, given that I really don't have a lot of years of background in specific strength training compared to what I'm doing right now. And I feel like a rocket shot out of a gun. So my short-term goals, we've got a meet. I'm going for a meet here in about 7 weeks. Now, we've had a lot of little things coming up, personal family matters, that may get in the way. I promise you, if I indeed can't make the meet, we are going to do a mini meet at Studio 2. So we've got about 8 to 10 people that are interested in just putting together a little mini meet and doing PRs for squats, bench press, and deadlift. But I'm still aiming towards hitting this meet in 7 weeks. So my short-term goals for that in the next 7 weeks, I really want to be able to squat and deadlift 500 pounds. And remember, that's raw. So there's no equipment. I'm wearing a weightlifting belt, some wraps, and that's it. My bench press, I'm hoping to be somewhere around 300 pounds. So that'll end up being, with 10 weeks of training, I'll be totaling somewhere around 1,300 pounds for my first meet in 27 years, which is pretty dang good. That would probably place me in the top 3 in the nation in the Masters division, but egoically, I'm not as interested in competing against guys my age. I want to compete against all men who weigh what I weigh, and that's my long-term goal. So long-term goal would be to double my weight in the bench press, which would be a 326-pound bench press. And I want to both quadruple my body weight. I said quadruple my body weight in the in the deadlift and the squat. Now, if I accomplish that long-term goal, and let's say long-term with, I would like to do that within a year at this body weight, a year to 18 months, and I want to replicate it in the next weight division, which would be 181. Now, very, very few people in the world have ever done that. If I do indeed accomplish that, it should put me on a world-class level, and that would be my ultimate goal, and that was the goal I had set for myself when I was a youngster starting out in this sport. So it's been fun. I feel like my body, my 46-year-old body, it talks to me, it tells me things, and I listen. I'm doing a lot of flexibility training, and there's so many cool variables that I'm doing right now that I didn't do before, that really you don't hear people in the strength training community talking about a good bit. And what I'm speaking about is nutrition, the use of technology, flexibility, mobility, training, corrective exercise, bringing in a lot more, let's just call it smart training. And I will start doing more specific videos in the future on each one of those subjects. But for now, that's the catch up. I'm you know, like I said, this is week 4, and I'll keep doing a video a week, and hopefully there's something of interest that you guys can and benefit, especially if you guys are watching this and you're wanting to kind of shift some gears and do something different. Any questions, please just reach out and let me know. But other than that, thanks for watching.